Hey, what's it? Oh, we haven't seen these ones. You want to see these or don't you? And don't tickle. Okay, look, let's look.
Will you listen to me?
You've said enough. What's the matter? May I please use your phone? Yes, of course.
No.
I am calling a taxi.
You're not going anywhere.
Don't tell me what to do.
Look, can we talk about this?
I am not listening to any more stupid stories.
Will I make something like this up?
I wouldn't put it past you.
Autumn, it's the truth.
Oh, really? So then I'm a liar?
Yes. Well, no. I mean, well, it's not quite that simple.
Oh, yes, it is. Only you will not accept it.
You're denying the facts here.
The fact here is that you have had it in for me from the beginning.
I have.
Now you have really
I have
gone
proof.
overboard. Well, if you don't back off, I am calling the police.
Then be my guest.
Darling, I think it's time that you got some more pumpkin pie from the kitchen, okay?
Trying to do the right thing. All right, look, make your bloody phone call, all right?
That does it. Excuse me, could we just take a walk, please?
Where are we going?
Neutral ground. Guess you could say this is really our first Thanksgiving together, you know. New family, new house. Today's very special.
I could tell. You all seem to enjoy each other's company so much.
Well, we've had our fair share of fights, too. I think it's part of growing closer, in a way.
Well, in that case, Robert and I should be best friends.
What did he say that upset you so much when you went outside?
Maybe you should ask him.
I'm asking you.
Well, you're his partner, his friend. Who are you going to believe?
Why don't you try and convince me?
Well, basically, Robert told me that my benefactor, the man who has done more for me than anyone, is a liar and a crook.
Herbert Quartermain?
Yes. Robert claims that Bertie embezzled money from his own company and paid my father, Taylor Clayton, $500,000 to go to prison for him. After Father died, supposedly, Bertie took the money back. So, according to Robert, my father's estate was cheated out of $500,000.
And subsequently, you were cheated out of the money, too.
Well, that's not all. Robert is convinced that I have known about Bertie's double dealing all along. I mean, he thinks that I have lied to him about that and about God knows what else. He even suspects that I am the one trying to kill Bertie.
Out of revenge?
So you do agree with him? I knew it.
No, I don't agree with anyone, Autumn. And I'm sure that Robert hasn't closed his case either.
He has locked the door and thrown away the key.
Oh, I know sometimes Robert can come on very strong. But he's the fairest man I know. And he will give you every chance to clear yourself if you just talk to him.
Robert only hears what he wants to hear.
Robert only hears the truth, and he will get it one way or the other. So why don't you just make it easier for both of you?
I'm sorry about that scene with Autumn.
Yeah. Well, you two seem to go at it pretty regularly. Tell me, is it love?
Well, more like hand-to-hand combat.
I think that's the same thing, isn't it?
I gotta say that Autumn does make life interesting. I mean, just when I think I'm getting a line on her, she'll go out and do something, and suddenly I'll realize that I don't know very much about her at all.
Excuse me. Oh, Tom, hello.
Oh, hello, Duke.
What brings you by?
Well, I just stopped by to see Simone. Is she still here?
No, she left a little while ago with Andy.
Well, she didn't go home with him.
Well, I really don't know. Why don't you come in and telephone and see?
No, I won't disturb you any longer. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Well, there's another couple that don't exactly be seeing eye to eye. I think Simon's giving Tom the runaround.
Now, what is it? Are women born with the ability to do that to men, or do they learn it somehow?
I don't know, just when you feel that they're telling you the truth, there's a little bell goes off in the back of your head and you ask yourself, what really are they thinking?
You know, it's almost as if they can see right through us. You know, and when you have all the facts in the world at your fingertips, it's still not enough to convince them. But you're right.
So are women, do you think, mysterious by nature, or are we men folks just naturally dumb? Which is it?
Whatever. We don't seem to be able to win. I mean, when you're logical, they get emotional. When you try to appeal to their feelings, they accuse you of trying to manipulate them.
Oh, yeah. I wish we knew how.
Whatever happened to the days when the simple truth was enough?
You know, I think that was a little before my time.
You know, I'm only looking for a few straight answers here. Why should I have to play a game to find them? Where is it written that men and women can't...
I was just going to make a turkey sandwich.
Okay, you're not bothering us.
Well, how come when you saw me come in and you suddenly got real quiet?
I think we just ran out of words to say. Didn't we?
Yeah, well, it was just a natural pause in the conversation.
Yes.
Right in the middle of your sentence?
Why don't you go fix your snack?
I can't wait till I grow up and I can keep secrets from kids, too.
Oh, what a great pair. I mean, we can't even put one over a young child. I mean, no wonder women make total fools of us.
Yeah, and yet we keep coming back for more. So tell me, Robert, what's the next round on the Clayton Scorpio bat?
Well, I think I'm out for the count. However, I don't have a towel to throw in.
I think if you had one, you probably wouldn't. I know you better than that. No, I think no matter how many mysterious women come along, you'll still let them use you as a doormat.
Well?
She'll talk to you.
Good, then tell her to get out here.
Only if you can discuss this calmly and objectively, and apparently you can't.
Look, when I require knowledge as to how to look after one of the clients, I'll phone you.
You have to put on kid gloves or she doesn't come out, okay?
Are you okay? Look, I'm sorry if I drew any unfair or you drew any unfair conclusions as to what I learnt in New York. I didn't mean to imply that you had any ulterior motives here. I apologize. Can we talk about this further?
Well, I'd like that. But not here. Is there someplace we can talk?
Absolutely. I think that means we're going. I want to thank you both for inviting us.
Yes, it was just what I needed. Thank you for having me.
Oh, good. I'm glad you had a nice time, and I hope the discussion proves to be relaxing and all that you
Good night,
intended it to be.
Good night, too.
Good night.
Yep.
Mine too.
Yes.
Listen, give Robin a big kiss and a hug from me.
Oh, I will. Mm-hmm. Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, and tell her I'm working on having one less secret.
Mm-hmm.
What's that about secrets?
I think they've fallen for each other, you know.
Did he say something?
No, he didn't have to say anything. Total stranger could say it. I think she feels the same way. I mean, how else could he work her up the way he did?
You're right. Anything will go anywhere, though.
Why, because of this investigation?
Yeah, I mean, whatever way you look at it. Her involvement with Herbert Quartermain is kind of suspicious, and he still has to regard her as some kind of a murder suspect before he can think of her in any other way.
I suppose even the strongest relationship could crumble under circumstances like that.
If they'd met under different circumstances, perhaps they would have stood a chance, but as it is, she's up to her neck in it.
I only have a few moments left. Nonsense. You'll be around for a long time.
Let me speak, thank you. I have one final request.
Anything, Father.
Yes, I want my body cremated immediately after I pass away.
You can have yourself burned at the stake for all I care.
Edward, show a little respect.
Oh, why should he start now? And when I say immediately, I mean it.
Yes,
I don't want my body lying around after my soul is gone.
I wouldn't be in any hurry to rush after my soul where you're going. I understand they're having a heat wave down there.
Stop!
My only regret is there isn't time to cut you out of my will.
Father, we could call our lawyer over right away.
Oh, no, it's too late for that.
Oh, it's just not fair. Herbert has so much to live for. Why does he have to be taken from us now?
Well, he's not doing an awful lot to help himself. Won't you let us call an ambulance?
Oh, I appreciate your concern, Monica. It's quite unusual coming from your side of the family.
Well, so you will let us help you.
Perhaps the hospital would be a good idea.
Daddy!
Herbert.
May he rest in peace.
Get you the bathroom.
It's funny about this.
What do you mean?
Well, his death. Doesn't it strike you as puzzling?
Why?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think he ought to have an autopsy.
Why?
Well, to find out just exactly how he died.
The man had a brain tumor. We've known for weeks that it was going to kill him.
I'm just glad that he passed on peacefully.
Yes, Herbert had very little pain at the end. We should all be so fortunate.
What do we do now?
I'll take full responsibility.
You going to sign the death certificate?
Yes, and take care of the cremation.
Well, Father's already made the arrangements.
Yes, I know. I have all the information and the phone number.
I suppose we have to carry out his wishes. Dr. Wallace, would you please contact the crematorium immediately, and if my father wanted a speedy disposal, he's going to get it. Come on, darling.
I must be seeing things.
Oh, you mean me?
Yeah. Aren't you Andy Matthews?
Yeah.
Hey, it's a real pleasure meeting you, man. I've been a fan of yours for years.
Thanks a lot.
Listen, my name's Angel. I run this place for Duke.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're just the man I need to talk to.
Hey, let me buy you a drink. I mean, I feel I owe you after all the pleasure you've given me, huh?
No thanks. Listen, I'm looking to play some bets.
Here?
Yeah, you take action here, don't you?
No way.
Wait a minute, this is a Scotsman's place, right?
Yeah. I mean, Duke is Scottish. But there's no betting in this club. I mean, we ran a little pool once for spare change. But, pal, that's history. I mean, if you want to bet, you got to go to Atlantic City.
I was kind of hoping to do it on the slide.
Hey, I'm sorry. Now, how about that beer, courtesy of the house? What do you say?
No thanks, maybe later.
Okay, you got it.
I understand you're looking for the Scotsman.
Yeah, that's right. You know where I can find him?
You just did.
You're the Scotsman.
That's my DBA, doing business as. The real name is Carruthers.
I'm Andy Matthews.
Oh, I know. Seen you play many times. Won a lot of money on you, too.
Well, I'm hoping to do the same for myself. So why don't you use your real name around here?
Well, as you already heard, Lavery's keeping kind of a low profile here. He doesn't want anybody to know I'm making book in the penthouse.
I want to lay down a bet on my team for this game coming up.
Oh, Wednesday night. That's going to be a big game. And they're televising it, which is pretty unusual midweek.
Yeah, the whole season could come down to this one game. My whole future rests on it.
Have you seen the Vegas line?
Doesn't look good, does it?
Oh, it's horrible. It's 10 to 1 against you guys. You know something that the experts don't?
I know that I'm gonna put on the performance of my life. If I do, we win.
So how much are you prepared to lose?
25 grand. Now listen, if that's a bit too steep for you, I'll find somebody who can handle it.
No, hold on. I'm not about to turn down an easy 25,000. You want to go upstairs and make this official?
After you. Scorpio? Miss, what'll you have?
I'll have a glass of white wine, please.
All right.
You wouldn't have any Aussie beer here, would you?
In the Scottish pub?
I had to ask. Listen, I'll have some of that pommy stuff, all right?
Okay, you got it.
Now, where were we?
Right where we started.
Look, I'm a detective. Now, I accumulate evidence, I sift through it, I dispense with the junk. Then I make a decision.
Based on fact, not fiction.
Always. It's no secret that I guess I'm rather fond of you. That's not going to stop me from busting my back to find out what's going on over at the Quartermain mansion. And you've got to understand why you might be under suspicion, along with everybody else in that house.
Look, I'll only say what I've said before. Until you brought it up, I never heard a word about any deal between Bertie and my father. All I know is that Bertie's been like a father to me. I can't tell you how it hurts to see him tormented by those vultures he calls family.
Well, their opinion of you is no less flattering.
Well, it's obvious we are not going to clear up this disagreement tonight. But one of these days, you'll know I'm telling the truth.
I hope so.
So do I. For both our sakes. I care about you, too. What kind of future can there be if there's no trust?
Here we go.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Well, here's to better tomorrow.
And to trust.
To trust. Lila, what's wrong? What's happened?
Autumn, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's not Bertie.
Yes, Autumn. He died a few hours ago.
Oh,
Murder?
No, natural causes.
You sure?
Of course we're sure. My father's brain tumor finally proved too much for him, that's all.
Where's the body? I'd like to see it.
It's too late.
Too late? What's that supposed to mean?
It means that it's been taken to the crematorium.
Already?
My father's last wish was that he be cremated immediately upon passing.
He must have been still warm.
Well, we should show a little respect to my father.
I'm not the one that couldn't wait to get rid of him.
Now, listen.
Listen, I don't like this. I don't like any of it. It stinks, in fact. Now, where's the number of the crematorium?
It's on the pad right there by the phone.
Yes, it's Robert Scorpio here. I'm calling about the very recently deceased Herbert Quartermain. That's right. I don't suppose at this point you've gotten around... That fast, eh? Yes, I'm aware of what he requested. That'll be all, thank you. I have never heard of anything like this happening in such a short period of time.
Well, what else can I tell you, Mr. Scorpio? My father simply didn't want to be a burden to the rest of his family.
It is true, Robert. He insisted on being cremated as soon as possible.
I don't like it.
Well, it wasn't your body.
I don't like any of it. In fact, this whole thing stinks.
Well, who are you calling now?
The police.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Good night.
Good night, precious. Sleep tight.
Don't let the cranberries bite.
Oh, very funny. How seasonal is this child?
Seasonal. Close the door.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Brush your teeth.
Clean your teeth. Oh. What a day. Oh.
Yeah. It's not quite over yet, is it?
Oh, dear. Don't tell me there's some other Scottish tradition I've forgotten about. Oh,
So happens it's a very important one.
dare I ask?
It's all very well to celebrate family gatherings and large crowds, but there's one thing you have to celebrate in private.
What might that be?
I thought you might ask. Well, it's kind of difficult to put it into words. Maybe I could demonstrate.
I thought perhaps you would.
Well, first of all, we've got to turn the lights down. And then we have to get prepared.
Anything I can do?
Well, it's my turn. I do promise you will enjoy it, though.
Mr. Scorpio, is this necessary? To me, it is completely unnecessary.
You know, I absolutely agree with you. What are you trying to prove, Scorpio?
Summon everyone.
Why?
Because I said so. Now do it now.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
You're awfully quiet.
What do you expect?
Some answers.
You don't think I had anything to do with this?
No, you were with me all afternoon. You couldn't have killed Herbert.
Killed him?
But you may have kept me from somebody who could have.
Oh, I don't believe this. What makes you think Bertie was murdered? He died of natural causes.
Is that true?
Of course. Complications from the brain tumor.
You agree, Alan?
Yes?
So you examined the body yourself.
Yes? No. No, not exactly.
What is this, a multiple choice answer?
I tried to examine him, but he resisted.
So what you're telling me is that you took Dr. Wallace's word for the cause of death.
Why shouldn't I?
I don't.
Why not?
Because the circumstances are awfully curious.
Oh, wait a minute. I was there at the end. I saw light pass out of his beady little eyes.
Oh,
there was nothing unusual about it.
Really?
You know, I'm not so sure. We have this for one thing. It's wet. So it smells like antacid. Kind of thing you might purchase over a drugstore counter.
That's exactly what it is. I prescribed it for Herbert myself.
Mm-hmm. Where's the bottle it came from?
Huh?
What? I haven't any idea.
This so-called antacid is a little different. It's got a sharp metallic odor to it, something I haven't encountered before. Have you, Doctor?
Not in an antacid, no.
Care to give it the taste test, Alan?
What are you getting at, Scorpio?
I suspect if any of you were to drink a small portion of this liquid, you'd be as dead as Herbert.
What? You can't.
Well, it has an additive in it, sort of thing you might find in rat poison. Sort of thing that you would perhaps
Unbelievable.
find in a boat shed, or maybe a tool shed, or maybe other buildings on an estate of this size.
So then you really are suggesting...
I'm not suggesting anything. But I'm telling you, Herbert may not have died from natural causes. He may have been murdered after all.
That's outrageous.
No more outrageous than the fact that the body was disposed of so quickly. Why? To stop the police looking at it? Perhaps perform an autopsy?
Well, what now?
Call the police. We'll stick around and wait for them, see what they think. In the meantime, nothing in this room is to be touched, and nobody is to leave the premises. Is that clear?
This is...
Surely you can't suspect Quentin or me.
I suspect each and every one of you. Help me narrow down the odds a little bit. What about a motive? Who amongst you most wanted to see Herbert dead? Hmm?